Good afternoon. I am SK Monirul Islam from AIML team. So, this presentation is on the first week of progress, which is on the automation of WordPress post publication using AI tools. So, let's talk about the first part of the slide, that is overview of the presentation. So, this is the overview that what are we going to cover in this presentation. So first one is identifying the challenges of NLP for this content generation task. Then developing data augmentation techniques. Then implementation of the model and as well as fine tuning the model. Then integrating the model with the content generation system. So next slide is on the objective of the work. What is the objective? So first one is we have to identify the challenges of the NLP for content generation and then address those challenges. Then develop and implementing data augmentation techniques to improve the model training. Third one is fine tuning the language model for better text processing and context generation. Then integrating all these components together to make a to get a high quality output and automate the things. Then ensuring that the model delivers a accurate and contextual relevant and meaningful content. Next slide is on the assigned tasks. So these are all the assigned tasks, the five tasks. The first task assigned is identification of the challenges of content generation, then development of a data augmentation technique for the training data set, and implementation of the model for language understanding, and fine tuning the language model, and integrating this language model with the content generation. Next is the details, like the task details. The first task was the identification of the potential challenges in NLP for content generation. So if we talk about the details, so in like the challenges we faced are like diversity of augmentation techniques. There are many augmentation techniques available. So choosing a perfect augmentation technique was a challenge. Then balance, we have to create a balance between the quality as well as the quantity of the data. We are augmenting the data, so we're generating data. And managing computational overhead, and improving the effectiveness of the NLP content was the like a challenge, the task one. Then in task two, the task two was on like data augmentation technique, development of data augmentation techniques. The right image shows what a data augmentation is. So for example, the left one is just an image of a butterfly and the right ones are the augmented data. So for example, they can say we have flip or rotate. If we change rotate the image, it creates a new data point, and you can just decolorize it. We have changed the characteristic, we can change the texture, we can enhance the age, or a salient age map can be done. So these things create new data points. And ensuring, and we have to ensure the data integrity too. Like we have to check whether the data it is producing the augmenting the data is effective or not. Task 3. The task 3 was implementation of this language model as well as fine tuning the model. So in my case, I have used T5 for explanation, for explaining the data, and for summarizing it, I have used BERT. And the next task is content generation and sentiment analysis. So generating the content, first the content was generated, then you have done a sentiment analysis on it. Then integrating the language model with content generation. So the model or the language model which are performing well separately, and the content generation was separate. So we have to integrate both the models together so that it integrates well and all things are done like efficiently. So this slide shows the progress, like accomplishment as well as the metrics used. So if we talk about the accomplishment, like all the tasks were done. So the challenges of NLP were found out, as well as we have addressed those key challenges. Then developed a data augmentation technique. Then fine tune the language model and seamlessly integrate with the content generation system. So now it can generate content, high quality content, as well as accurate content. So metrics, if we talk about the metrics, so that is was generation of the data. So there we need a manual intervention of human so that he can check the data. So I have checked the data. Whenever I was checking the data, I was checking that the summary is grammatically correct, as well as the meaning does not change, and the computational efficiency also. Then challenges and the solution. So if we talk about the challenges as well as solution, so first one is the diversity in NLP techniques. So there were many NLP techniques. So we have to choose a perfect technique, so that perfect technique for the data set, because all techniques does not apply to every data set. So we have to find the perfect technique, then implementing it, and then maintaining a like optimal ratio between the quality as well as the quantity for the augmentation data. Then computational overhead, as the resources are limited, like computational resources are limited, so we have to ensure the efficiency so that it does not like stop our program in between. Then model adaptation. So model adaptation, we have to adapt the model to different scenarios. Whenever the context or text changes, so it can adapt. So I have used a multilingual BERT model. So in which case it can it can work on English as well as different languages, Hindi as well, and Spanish or Japanese, anything. Then integration of all these components together was a challenge. We have I have implemented all those challenges, like implemented the solutions properly so that it integrates well. Then upcoming tasks. So if we talk about the upcoming tasks, so further evaluations can be done, as well as optimizations for the efficiency can be there, and you can expand the capabilities. So if we talk about the future goal is that the model can be applicable to different social media platforms, like Instagram, YouTube, or any social media app. So you can use in all those different platforms together. And conclusion. So in conclusion, I can say that all the comprehensive efforts are done to complete all these five tasks, which resulted in significant advancement in the content generation, and the models perform pretty well after fine tuning it properly, and it integrated pretty well. Both the models integrated pretty well, and resulting in enhanced capabilities, which can create as accurate as well as relevant content. And in future, we can focus on optimizing the techniques and expand further. Thank you.